Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for the month of January 2022 for all life path numbers. It feels a bit surreal that we're already stepping into 2022, so Happy New Year! Before we get into the reading, I do want to mention that this, of course, is a general reading. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. So, 2022 is a 6 universal cycle, and it's much different energy than the fast-paced, sort of frenetic, transformative, expansive, big energy of the 5 cycle of 2021. So I highly recommend, if you haven't already, listening to your 2022 forecast for your personal life path number to gain a better understanding of this 6 universal year-long cycle that we're all stepping into, because it's going to be a powerful year. For January specifically, we are stepping into a 7 universal cycle for the month. So collectively, we will all feel this energy in some way. So for those that are new to my channel, please understand that first and foremost, I'll go over the energy for the collective, and this includes you. And then I dive more specifically into the individual life path energy for the month. So it all works in tandem. So I highly suggest just getting cozy and listening to the entire video. So the 7 energy throughout January can sort of have us focusing more on our holistic health, body, mind, and spirit. What are we feeding our own life force? This isn't only referring to, of course, nutrients for the physical body, but what are we ingesting into our mind and our spirit as well? Who and what are we surrounding ourselves with? If the energy we are inviting in, body, mind, spirit, is more toxic than healthy, chaotic rather than soothing, aggressive over calm, and overall negative over positive, then that is the fuel that the entire vehicle and our presence, body, mind, spirit, is running on. So think about how that will affect how you feel, how you treat others, how you treat yourself, and your overall outlook on life. Under this 7 energy, we may find that the universe presents us with some kind of roadblock to sort of force us to put the brakes on, to take a closer look at where it is we can make some adjustments to how we treat ourselves, all of ourselves, right? Like, again, holistically, body, mind, spirit. Perhaps we need to distance ourselves from certain relationships, to take a break from the news, social media, to spend more quality time in solitude and with the people whose cups are always full and don't expect us to deplete our own in order to fill theirs up. So perhaps there is a call to get reconnected this month to our own spiritual side and spend more time connecting with Mother Earth and allow her healing energies to rejuvenate our spirit. This month is the perfect time to do a major check-in and do any maintenance work that we have been neglecting on ourselves so that we don't get to the point of needing full-on repair. Listen to your body this month and don't subscribe to any level of guilt or shame when it comes to your self-care and taking the time for that self-care, whatever that looks like for you. The world will be there when you reemerge, right? This 7 cycle encourages us to retreat, to reflect, to heal, and to focus on our own holistic health. Under this influence, this is not a time to be impulsive, to take big risks, if you can avoid it. Now, of course, life happens, right? Sometimes we have to make those big decisions, take those big risks, regardless of what the astrology, the numerology, or the energy sort of dictates. And so, of course, follow your heart, follow your circumstances, use your logic, whatever. Do what you need to do. But if you can avoid it, this is going to be a time, again, just think of like sinking into the stillness, doing things a little bit more organically, taking your time, taking time for solitude, thinking things through. 7 energy is very, very, very connected to the metaphysical, but also a very practical energy. It's also very connected to the earth. And so there is practicality around this where there's not a whole lot of impulsivity at times. It's more reflective. It kind of takes its time. It wants to make sure that even though it's the bridge between the metaphysical and the physical, what it's bringing into the physical, that energy wants to make certain that it's something that is worth bringing into the physical. So again, just take your time under this energy. You don't have to be impulsive. Just make sure that what you're manifesting, what you're bringing in is what you want to bring in. This is an energy where little effort is going to be required for things to come to completion now. You've already done the hard work, the heavy lifting, the input, all of those things. And so now it's going to be a time for, again, sort of sinking into receptivity mode and being open to receiving the rewards, the gifts, the fruition of, the completion, the tangibles of what it is you've been working so hard towards, which is really kind of beautiful because it's like if you've really, if 2021 was a tumultuous year and you had to put a lot of effort into a lot of things and whatnot, this month is really saying, let's capture those rewards. Let's let the rewards come to us. Think of like the spider who's built its web and now it's allowing its nutrients to come to it. It's not seeking it out. That's really kind of like the 7 energy for this month. I believe in astrology, there's several planets that are retrograde. And so this is a time for, again, reflections, receptivity, allowing the nutrients to come to you holistically, body, mind, spirit. And you get to decide whether you're going to eat that nutrients or not, right? Body, mind, spirit. So again, this is going to be a time for and a period for sort of watching and waiting and let this cycle work for you. This is a lovely time for vacations, for staycations, for writing that book that you've always wanted to write, for taking a class that sort of expands the mind, especially if it's anything to do with like theology, religion, metaphysics, mystical teachings, yoga, astrology, numerology, and so on. So things that are sort of not necessarily taboo, but sort of outside the mind that would allow you to expand the mind in a way. This is a great energy for really diving into those sort of classes and taking some kind of maybe lecture or workshop or something like that where you're not expending a lot of energy per se, but you're expanding the mind and expanding the spirit, right? With that little physical effort. So listen to your own internal promptings at this time and pay extra attention to your dreams, your visions, your intuition now. Again, this is very feminine, divine feminine energy, receptivity, stillness, reflection, sinking into, again, the stillness. Where is your soul gently leading you now? This isn't about forcing. This isn't about aggression. This isn't about, again, sort of that more aggressive action of the masculine energy. This is very receptive, very still, very organic and soft energy. So again, where is your soul gently leading you now? The messages can come in as a whisper, but they can also feel like a lightning bolt when you receive it and when you hear it. So overall, with this 7 illumination, do not fight the urge for rest, rejuvenation, and inner reflection. Much can be learned and discovered during this quieter, softer cycle if we listen. You can get answers to some really big questions during this cycle, but you have to be open, you have to be receptive. So be receptive to what the universe is trying to show you now through the stillness. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the individual life path number. Life path number 3. I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you got Armadillo Spirit. And Armadillo's message is set healthy boundaries. And so this is perfect timing for this 7 universal cycle that we're all moving through in a 6 universal year that we're all moving through. I think this year we're all going to have to set some healthy boundaries, but I do feel like this is going to come up pretty strongly for you all throughout the month. So don't be afraid to, again, set those healthy boundaries when it comes to your own holistic health, body, mind, spirit. I feel like, especially at the beginning of the month, especially looking at the energies for you all for this month, I feel like the beginning of the month for you all could feel like you're sort of carrying the world on your shoulders, that everybody needs a piece of you. Everybody's coming from all walks of life to get something from you, and not like in a vindictive or a selfish way. They're drawn to your energy, they're to your presence. Maybe you have done things for them in the past and they feel comfortable coming to you. So it's not that they're doing it, from a place of malice or whatever. It's just that they enjoy you. And so, but I feel like it could sort of escalate to the point where you just have so many people coming to you needing something that it can feel really, really overwhelming. And so I think that especially at the beginning of the month, there is this call to embrace armadillo spirit, where you're going to have those difficult conversations. There's a way to say thank you, but no thank you. Or, I'm sorry, I'm not in a place to be able to assist you right now. I will let you know when things change, if things change or whatever the case may be. But there's times when, as much as you want to help others, do for others, fix things, whatever the case may be, you also, especially this month, really need to focus on self, on you, on your holistic health, to make sure that, again, you're doing the maintenance for yourself, so that you don't have to worry about doing repair on yourself down the road. So in order to do that, you're going to have to say no to people, to offers, to obligations, to whatever the case may be. Don't say yes to something if it becomes a burden. If it's something that is more of a burden than something that you actually want to do, or something that's actually bringing something to your life, or as well as the other person. You see what I'm saying? Where it's not just one-sided, you giving. And so I do think that there's going to be a call at the beginning of the month, especially to embrace armadillo, to set those healthy boundaries, to do it in a way that's very loving and compassionate, but that is very firm, right? If we don't adhere to our own boundaries, we can't expect other people to adhere to them. We have to set the example. This is what I need. This is what I will accept. Take it or leave it. You see what I'm saying? And we can do that in a way that doesn't hurt another person, right? They might get their feathers ruffled, and that's life. They'll have to deal with that. That's not your burden to carry. You need to do what's best for you at this point in time, and being able to do that and letting whoever you choose to let into your circle this month, those are the people that you are saying, I have the capability and the wherewithal to be able to assist you, to have an equal exchange of energy with you. Everybody else needs to stay beyond the boundary at this point for your own good, right? And then maybe things will change next month. But this month is going to be about you and your holistic health, and setting those boundaries and being very firm about those boundaries when a million different people are coming knocking at your door. You get to decide who you say yes to, who you say no to, what you say yes to, what you say no to. And in doing so, the first thing you need to look at is this what's best for me and my situation? Not, is this person going to be upset with me? Is this person going to no longer want to be my friend? Whatever the case may be, because ultimately, if a person cannot respect your boundaries, then they weren't a solid, legitimate friend to begin with. You see what I'm saying? And this is sort of bringing that to a head, to light, right? So I just think that there's going to definitely be a call, especially at the beginning of the month, for you to set those healthy boundaries, say yes to the things you want to say yes to, that actually feel like an exchange of energy, that feel good for you, that contribute to your experience, and say no to the rest, right? There'll be plenty of time to, get back out into the world and feed the chaos or whatever you choose to do. But this month is going to be a time where it's going to be, you need to be your sole focus, really, in those situations that you can be. Life obviously happens. But in those situations where you can set those healthy boundaries, be firm about them, and be really discerning in what you say yes to this month and what you say no to. Mid-month, there's definitely this call for rest, for just contemplation, for I feel like there's something you want to like make an offer to somebody about and it feels emotional. So it could be about a relationship or a partnership or maybe someone coming to work with you or something like that. But there's some kind of offer that is trying to be made here, whether it's you making it or an offer coming into you. And I do feel like whether it's coming into you or it's you making the offer, just wait a little, like hold off, like contemplate this a little bit longer, like just sit with this a little bit longer. If the offer comes in for you, it definitely feels good. It feels supported. But there's something here that's saying take your time with this, to not rush into anything with this, to really just sit with it, to let it percolate, to let it germinate, right? Because it's not quite ready just yet. Whatever this is, there's some things maybe missing, and it just needs a little bit more time to, again, like germinate, right? So there's just this call here to really go within, to really do some self-reflection before you say yes or before you make this offer. Not telling you not to make this offer or not to say yes to this offer, because like I said, it feels really, really supportive, whatever this is. So I think that ultimately you will say yes to this or you will make this offer. But there's something here where it's like, it's not time to take action on this just yet. Whatever this is coming, but right now there's some more reflectiveness that needs to go into this, some more self-contemplation. So you'll know what that is if this message is for you. So definitely heed that, listen to your body on this. If you feel like you don't have all the answers, to the point where it's like you can't really make a decision on this yet, or you don't feel quite ready to sort of pull the trigger and make this offer, just wait. This is going to be like, this is going to be a time for, again, just think of the spider who, there may be things in the past that you've initiated that now are coming in, right? And I would still say don't take immediate action on it, still sit with it if you can. But those things that are coming in from the past, those would feel very solid, right? Like where you will probably have all the answers, but you still might not want to take action just yet. However, this sort of feels like something that comes in for you around this time, again, whether it's you making an offer or an offer coming into you, that feels new in some way. So there's just this energy about just taking it really slow and lean into just think about it, just feel into it. Just don't make an impulsive decision about whatever this is just yet. I think there will be time to do that, but the timing is not just yet. And then end of the month, same thing, just this there's a really big call this month for you all for patience, for taking your time, for slowing down, for, and sometimes that can be hard for threes because you all have such a big presence and such a big energy. But this is going to be a time for you just to know that you've put in the effort around whatever this is. This feels very physical, this towards the end of the month. There's something here that's very, very physical that you've been waiting on. You've been waiting on clarity on, or a confirmation on, or more information on, something like that. And I feel like that's coming. There's something here where you want to like reap the rewards of something, maybe effort put forth or whatever. And I do feel like it's coming. But again, it's not time just yet. I don't feel like there's going to be a lot sort of happening tangibly in January for you all, like a lot of like those big completions, like where you actually see those big tangibles coming in or big starts or whatever. I don't really feel that for January. It feels, again, more of a slower pace, having a lot of patience, knowing that what is yours will find you. It's on its way. You've done your part, so now rest. Allow the universe to do its part, because it is coming. I feel like all of these things are very, very positive energy. So the rewards will be yours. You will see the rewards of your efforts, that sort of thing, but just don't force anything. It's like picking fruit that's not ripe yet. We can see the fruit. We want the fruit, right? Like we can almost taste the fruit. So if we get too impulsive or, we don't have the patience around it, we pull the fruit too quickly and it's bitter, right? Or it's sour. And then we don't end up enjoying it or even using it. So again, there's something here where you've you've planted the seed, it's germinated, it's grown, it's beautiful, you can see it, but it's just not quite time yet to sort of reap whatever this is, right? To reap what you've sown just yet. It's coming. And it could be as soon as February. But right now, it's just that patience. And again, this is not going to be a month for you all. And again, this is a general reading, so follow your intuition. But this is not going to necessarily be a month where you're going to take big leaps and strides towards things. This is going to be a time where things can come in for you, but you need to sit with it. You need to think about it. You need to feel into it. And you need to be patient. That's the key word this month for you all. That, and set those healthy boundaries. Your energy, your time is more valuable than any money, right? And so use that time and that energy wisely and protect it for the best that you can, right? Set those healthy boundaries. You get to make that decision. So a lot of patience coming in for you all, a lot of standing in your power, setting healthy boundaries, and just letting things unfold this month. Let things come to you, because they will. And you'll know exactly what to do with this information or these, whatever this is, in the months that follow. So just be patient. All right, threes, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.